Ah, I love milk, man. I love milk, Halib, Halib alaikum, Halib alaikum, Adina. Uh, my dear Eritreans, friends, family members, brothers and sisters, today I got a very interesting point. At Arabia, Dickana. There's a lot of people who are saying about these things, this is a very tricky issue. And before that, though, I would try to give it bigger context into. I'll touch about bullying, mind game, history, culture, tradition, and I will touch a lot of different themes within that kind of grouping. Okay, so before that, I want to speak about piracy. Okay, piracy or treasure hunting. You know, you see all these people like the Caribbean piracy, all these Indonesian, all these Spanish pirate people, Europeans going to the Caribbeans, and the Nordic countries like this Norway, Scandinavian countries like Denmark, Sweden, all that kind of stuff. This has been starting from the 10th century. So piracy, it is like you try to take treasure. Where's my friend? Some hidden treasures. Piracy doesn't necessarily mean you just have got that one eye thing and you just pirate and you hack some ships or doors or any boats on the way with goods loaded with treasure, like with gold, with diamond, and with people, with fish, whatever it is, whatever your treasure is. Okay, so this is treasure hunting. Okay, piracy. Okay, there are human being pirates as well. All this now in the modern world, we got hackers, mind hackers, computer hackers. The same way they try to hack your laptop or your computer, and they take out all your key data, trade data, business data, health data, security data, military data, whatever you name it, very important treasure for you. That's piracy, my friend, which is a different name, but in a different context, okay? And so we go all these treasure hunters coming all the way to our countries to dig all these graves, my friend. To see how are these people, these electrons. So they go this curly hair like this Tutankhamun, Tut, Pharaoh, Tut, all these Egyptian, all these electrons, my friend, man. These people are extremely very beautiful people. They got this curly hair, their bone density is like this, their light bodies, their history, the way they play their lyre, the way they harvest all their crops, the way they dance, the way they put their braided, plaited hair, everything, my friend. That's piracy. Okay, treasure hunting. They go all to the graveyards and they take all the bone samples and they bring it to the laboratory sample, analyze it in Europe, Germany, Italy, France, UK, everywhere, my friend. Okay, so they try Sweden, obviously, big chunk. They try to analyze everything about you. Piracy. Okay, so piracy means it doesn't mean like you got that one eye always with your funny thing, the thing that we see on the movies. So that's piracy. The same way they do pirate our kids' minds. Okay, so they try to grab and take away everything that they go about their roots or their identity, self-esteem, self-confidence, my friend. The sense of their being, their heritage, cultural roots, background, back home. So they pirate and snatch it away, hack it, implant a new thing into them. That's piracy, treasure hunting, okay? So you got all this little kid hacked, pirated, implanted with the new information, values, okay? About the Western values. So you go, hey, you are the lord of the manor. Oh yeah, you're the lord, you're a landlord, all that kind of stuff, So because we have to do the basic, my friend. We have to clean the house properly, okay? So we in Eritrea, we go village, my friend. Fertile land, 365 days sunshine, my friend. That's a paradise on earth. Really lovely, gentle air, tropical weather, fertile land, fertile sea, 1,300 kilometers. Richness, my friend. Okay? Lords of the manor, you agricultural farmer. Okay? You go all these village farms, my friend. You do all your plants, fruit and vegetables, you corn, cereals, you animals, you graze them. Okay? Free big space, my friend, okay? 5 million population, 125,000 kilometers square, 100 kilometer per head space. Lord of the manor, okay? So you don't necessarily have to have all this Emperor Louis kind of French chateau, Monsieur Louis kind of chateau, my friend. That's a manor. Your manor, you hit them up, our big space. If you want, you can erect a tent or a modern house assembled, built in the United Arab Emirates, in China, India, wherever. You import it from the sea, my friend. 50 kilometers, you just land there. In a village, in your farm, in your barn, in your manor. Lord of the manor. Okay? Landlords, my friend. So that's what it means. Nothing else. So you got all these royalties in the West. The House of the Windsor, the House of the, the House of Tudor House, House of the Stuarts, the Orange House of the Netherlands, Savoy House, everything, House of the Hanover House, everything, my friend, okay? These are areas where they have all this big chunk of farms, like the Netherlands is really tiny, small country, my friend. Netherlands, Holland, okay? But it's a country that it exports to the whole globe, so their organization skill, management skill, everything, they made all their presence everywhere, my friend. Whereas in Eritrea, we got the biggest chunk of the land, only 5 million population, superbly, super rich, Lord of the manors, my friend. Okay, that's what it means, royalty, okay? So all this idea about kingdom, being king, what's that? Chief, So this kingdom, it doesn't necessarily have to be big superpower nation, my friend. The fact that we got big area of space, we are kingdom, big kingdom, my friend. Even our villages can be counted as a kingdom. You go Kingdom of Monaco, really small island, offshore tax, hiding people, all these people, gamblers from all over the world, they go there to gamble. Little space, probably 3 kilometers square. It's called kingdom. Virtual idea, okay? We go 125,000 kilometers with the sea, 1,300 kilometers. You village, maybe 40 kilometers square. It's a kingdom, my friend. Okay? So all these things, my friend, what do you do is, because I'm coming back to Atarabiya College, okay? How child psychology, how you empower your kids about their self-esteem, about their identity, about how rich they are, culturally, traditionally, and intellectually, the looks, my friend, and everything. Okay? So this is about, my friend, this is about self-empowerment, okay? Child psychology, how you raise them. So in Europe, what do they tell them is like, yeah, we are English Lord of the Manors, Man, we go big manor in the countryside, we go helicopter, a car, everything, and we go big ranch. We are the lords of the manor. Whereas in Eritrea, my friend, big land, lord, super lords. Okay, so our kids are extremely sensitive, oversensitive. Little word, you tell them they're dead, my friend. They die emotionally, very sensitive, very delicate. That's how they do them. That's how they put them in this country, okay? In Africa, any Eritrean, when you ask them, hey, you monkey, like, you just laugh like, yeah, man. Like in our country, in Eritrea, my friend, we go to the jungle, and we make love to each other, couples in the jungle, in the forest, with the monkeys and the apes making all that noise with the birds, my friend. It's a big thing. Like, you just enjoy it. It's fun. In this country, you tell any black boy raised in the UK, monkey or ape or banana skin, everything, the kid will grow, cry like crazy. Mommy, I'm not going to the school. All these white boys, they told me I'm a monkey. They were throwing on the banana, they did. So that they make them psychology, my friends. It's a mind game. This is piracy, okay? Mind hack, mind game. Okay, they make them extremely very sensitive. They cannot take no joke. Very delicate. Like little one word you throw at them, they crash it. They will sleep on their bed for 2 days. This is how the Europeans make them. Okay, so that's piracy. Piracy in the sea, piracy in the mind, piracy in the culture, kind of all these surrounding. Okay, so that's Ata Ababia Kodro. Okay, so I went to my village, to Eritrea, my city, big city, everything. I did a lot of research, all the places in my village. It's big, beautiful village, my friend, all surrounded by mountains. It's like this art, gorgeous art, my friend. You just sit down there, you will never get fed up. Sitting there 24 hours, watching the whole landscape, the mountains, big mountains, it looks like this, as if you are a painter sitting there just appreciating the nature. You just take all your canvas and you paint. Okay, so I studied all the names of all these baraha, all these fields, everything, around 180 areas. Okay, every little place, all these farm, agricultural plants, all the mountains, everything, my friend. It's a big manor. Okay, and nobody uses it. We Eritreans, we undersell ourselves because we don't market it. We don't say that. We don't say too much like these Europeans. One European, he's got this little mortgage somewhere in the village. He tells you, "Oh, my friend, I'm a landlord." Yeah, it took me 30 years to finish the mortgage. Now it costs us $200,000. I'm a lord. I'm a landlord. I'm lord of the manor. Okay, so they got this big kind of over exaggerated feeling grandiosity about themselves. But we Eritreans, we don't say about it. We got that massive land of area in our village, in a town, in a city, around the sea. We don't say no word. So I said, hey, I'm not gonna get my kids being very sensitive about this European bullying tactic, kind of all this piracy, hacking their mind as if they are just nothing. My kids, if they tell them, you are a monkey, my friend, they're gonna cry, Daddy, Mommy, all these people at school, they tell me I'm a monkey. So that's what they make them. It's a mind game, my friend. That's child psychology. Okay? They always try to make them feel they are inferior, very poor powers. Okay? People from Africa who live in the jungle with the monkeys. In Africa and Eritrea, okay, all our women in this country, all this kind of bullying, you tell them, my friend, every African woman, very beautiful body, everything, the boob, what do you call that, the booty, everything, my friend. You won't find it in any white person in the UK. I'm sorry, guys, okay? It's not about being racist, okay? But we have to empower our kids before someone pirate and hack them. Their mind being very emotionally weak, very delicate, brittle, kind of very oversensitive kind of things, my friend. They don't take any jokes, they don't take any word, all this verbal kind of attack. That's what we are working on, So I did all this research about in my village, every part of it, because that was where I grew up. And I wanted to show my kids, and this is a sample for every Eritrean families, my friend, okay? To tell them about the fact that we own big chunk of land in our village, in the city, in the sea area, the harbor, the beach, everything, my friend. We are super rich people. And the reason why I'm saying why we undersell ourselves is because our country is right in the middle of the center of the earth, okay? Mediterranean, I said that clip last time, okay? So all our farms, our sea, our location is extremely strategical place, okay? So you produce all your farm products, plants, animals, like fruits, and you process them in your manner, in your chateau. Okay, you want all your vintage, all your wines, fruits and vegetables, my friend. And he said all your wines internationally everywhere within half an hour. It lands in the sea and distributed logistically everywhere. Okay, but the purchase power of our location, my friend. Okay, so it makes us extremely our products are extremely economically competitive, my friend, because we don't spend nothing on transportation costs, logistics. Okay, if you compare our produce being exported somewhere and compare it with the farmers in Europe, in France, in UK, if they want to sell it to China or maybe to India or any other countries, it costs them a lot of hundreds of dollars to ship it there. But in ours, we don't want our is in the sea area because we are in the central location of X0Y0, okay, the biggest sea traffic in the whole world, right in the center of the magnetic pool of economics. It goes everywhere. So that's why we undersell, my friend, okay? So our purchasing power of our currency, our values, our self of identity, we just undersell it, my friend. Okay, so we have to increase our price tag, our values, our villages, my friend, our city, our location, our sea, our village, everything. Okay, so that's why we have to teach our kids so that they don't get oversensitive about little word. All these Europeans tell them, yeah, you are monkey. Okay, so this is about raising kids, my friend, with really robust self-confidence. Okay, with very, being themselves extremely very confident. That's what we should do. At Ababia Kodro, they don't have to be pirated and use it as a treasure hunting, blackmailing, hostage kids, my friend. So I thought just to say these 2-3 words about that because this is linked from the grassroots, my friend, from bottom up, from the little village to the towns, to the sea, to the big cities, then globally, not just top down kind of thing. Because this is about price tag. When we say price tag, your value, your currency value, your purchasing power of your identity, your self-confidence, okay? You're not gonna take it just jokes like, that little person comes like, hey, you African monkey kind of thing, my friend. We enjoy it. We have a big laugh about it, my friend. Like the fact, we go to the jungle and to the mountains. We make love to each other. That enjoyable, my friend. When you go all the company of all apes, the birds, and the monkeys, makes it very exciting, So this is the kind of things that we should train our kids. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, bye.